All right, here we go. Matthew Stafford from day one. Rob Parker and me said it. He needs to win a Super Bowl to justify the trade. I get it. He's better than Jared Goff. I get it. He's going to, keep you in contention longer than Goff did. But he needed to win the Super Bowl. He needed to take you further than Goff did to justify giving up a two-time Pro Bowl quarterback, whatever you think of him, who got you to the Super Bowl a few years ago, and 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick. You got to get further than the guy they moved you for. And now Matthew Stafford has done that. This is justification. Getting to the Super Bowl wasn't justification. Throwing 41 touchdowns was not justification. Winning it, folks, that was justification. And I'm going to give Matthew Stafford his flowers because he deserves it. Did he have the best Super Bowl showing of a quarterback? No. But he played a very good game. He was strong. And as has become his custom, he led the Rams on the game-winning drive. Look, we all like to make a lot about who was the Super Bowl MVP, who was the guy that was the best one in the Super Bowl. At the end of the day, I don't care. Yeah, when we're nitpicking the all-time greats, that's something you throw, well, so-and-so had 3 Super Bowl MVPs. So-and-so only had 1. Yeah, okay. But ultimately, I don't care because it's all about winning. Matthew Stafford could have had a horrible game. And if they won, guess what? He's got a ring and the trade is justified. And the narrative surrounding him, loser, can't play in the big game, it's all gone. Erased. Finito. History. But Matthew Stafford wasn't bad. Okay, he threw 2 picks. Let's talk about him. The first pick, bad throw in the end zone. But hey, it was 3rd and 14. And it was almost like a punt. I get it. Could they have gone for a shorter pass play, try to get in field goal percentage? Sure. Okay, I'm not saying it was a good play. I'm just saying it wasn't the worst in the world. It really was fairly irrelevant. And then the second pick, okay, he got it out a little bit in front of the receiver, but it really wasn't his fault. Anytime a ball like that is tipped by the receiver, off the receiver's hands, great chance it gets intercepted. And that's what happened to Matthew Stafford. But Matthew Stafford, who has more game-winning comebacks, game-winning drives than any quarterback since he entered the league. That includes Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, all of them. He did it again yesterday. I don't think he deserved the MVP. I thought he might get it just because he's a quarterback and threw the game-winning touchdown. But I don't think he deserved it. But I also don't think he deserves criticism. He played well. They won the game. I got to give that man his propers. And Rob Parker is in. We're over the technical difficulties. What's up, man?
What's happening? How are you?
I'm great. So I was talking about Matthew Stafford and how he has changed the narrative. He won it. We said it. He's got to win the Super Bowl, Rob, to justify the trade. He's done that, and I'm going to give him his props.
Yeah, he did win. I didn't think he would win. I thought he would not get it done at the end of the game, and he wound up doing it. Was it anything different than I expected from Matthew Stafford? No. Did he change my opinion of him? No. Did he prove me wrong that he could get it done? Yes. But I haven't changed my opinion. I looked at that game and how he played, and while he won, he's a champion. He got a Super Bowl. I think people have gone off the deep end with this over-crazed narrative about him and his accomplishments. I looked at that game and thought to myself, there was probably 10 or 12 quarterbacks that could have won a Super Bowl.
Wow.
With the Rams. I did, including Tannehill could have won that Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford.
We don't know that.
I'm just saying.
Tannehill threw 3 interceptions last time we saw
He threw
him.
2. It's just my opinion. It's just my opinion and the way I feel. And Matthew Stafford, in the last 25 years, 8 quarterbacks have won 1 Super Bowl, and Stafford had the 3rd lowest passer rating in that. And the other 2 were Mahomes had a 78 quarterback rating, and who was the other one I missed? And it was the 3rd lowest. So I just thought he played well enough. There were stretches where things weren't going that well offensively. He was without OBJ, which was a big loss because he was off to a great start.
Tight ends too, yeah.
You know, but I hated to see the flags at the end. I thought that was unfortunate that, you know, we'd have to see that when they basically let them play for more than 3 quarters, and then, you know, the phantom holding in the end zone. I thought that was a crucial call against the Bengals that hurt, but they were able to make it. And I wasn't surprised. I should say there was 2 things. It talked about Matthew Stafford and how well he played, because I don't know if there's any or few or any quarterbacks, and somebody could look it up, who didn't throw the game-winning touchdown and won the MVP in the Super Bowl. So that said something. And they gave it to Cooper Kupp, who had 82 yards. He had a good game. I wouldn't say it was MVP, and it reminded me when Tom Brady and
Julian Edelman.
When Julian Edelman won the MVP a couple years ago in that 13-3 game against the Rams, how many times had a wide receiver with no touchdowns win an MVP? But Tom Brady didn't have a great game, so they couldn't give it to the quarterback. And for whatever reason, they refused to give it to defensive players, I guess. I don't know. Who was the last one we talked about it? Was it Larry Brown who had the 2 interceptions, Chris?
Well, we're going to get into later the MVP.
Right.
You know,
but I'm just saying,
Donald,
like
Kupp,
I'm just saying about Stafford, though, as it
right.
relates to Stafford, because I'm sure a lot of Stafford people probably thought, he's the MVP. He just threw the game-winning touchdown. Stafford's the MVP. And I don't think the voters saw it that way.
Well, they clearly didn't. But Stafford, 283 yards passing, 3 touchdown passes. The game-winning drive goes 79 yards in 15 plays. His second best receiver is gone. That's not even counting Robert Woods, who's been out. His top 2 tight ends are out. They can't run the football. Everybody in the building and everybody watching on television knew he had to go to Cooper Kupp, and he does it. They drive down there and score. I don't know how you don't give the man credit for that. I mean, did he have the best game of a quarterback ever in the Super Bowl? No. But he played well, considering so many of his weapons are gone. It's the Super Bowl. It's his first time on the big stage. 3 touchdown passes, 1 interception that was off the receiver's hands. I think he played fine. Like I said, I'm not saying it was one for the history books as far as the best performance ever, but it wasn't a bad performance. It was a good performance. It wasn't mediocre. It was good. And I give him credit for that. I don't know why you would, not you necessarily, but anybody would hate on it. The goal is to win the game. He did that and did it in incredible fashion on that last drive. So I thought he was great, or good, very good. Matthew Stafford, your thoughts?
All right, let's do it. Let's kick it off with Tony in D.C. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What up, Tony?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Chris, once again, your terrible reporting. Everybody knew that Cooper Kupp was going to get the ball, apparently, except for Eli Apple.
So how's that terrible reporting?
You say everybody knew, but apparently Eli Apple didn't get the memo. And
you know what that was a terrible joke. So, but move on. Go ahead.
Well, I went to the Rob Parker School of Comedy. So anyway.
No, you're not. You good, Tony. Just keep doing you. Don't worry about Chris. You keep doing you.
No, it was a bad joke. I wasn't even reporting anything. I was telling you what everybody knew.
But what makes that touchdown more egregious is, wasn't Cooper Kupp the one that got rocked in the end zone on a personal foul where he was like a little shaken up?
Yes.
So why wouldn't Eli Apple try to jam him up a little and make Matt Stafford hold the ball for maybe like a half second more? But that was just simple practice for Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp.
So you're not going to give Stafford and Kupp credit. You'd rather rip Eli Apple. Is that the deal?
No. They made the plays. They made the plays. Okay. And on that last drive, like it or not, Stafford, he made the throws. He had one guy in, Cincinnati. They knew who was getting the ball, but it's one thing to know, and it's another thing to stop it.
All right.
As far as Matthew Stafford being a Hall of Famer, Eli Manning's probably going to get in, so...
No, stop. Stop.
Rob, I know,
Tony.
but I think Eli.
Tony. Tony.
Let him talk. Rob.
He hasn't been an All-Pro. Well, let me make a point, Chris, and then he can talk. Okay? He made a statement. Can I answer it? He made a statement that he thinks he belongs in there. I'm telling you, he hasn't even made an All-Pro. Go read Richard Sherman's comments and get back to me, Tony, because I think you're way off. Hall of Fame, Eli's in there. Eli won 2 Super Bowls, beat an 18-0 Patriots team, and also had 2 MVPs in the Super Bowl. Come on,
Eli was never All-Pro either. I'm just saying, you brought up All-Pro.
No, I'm bringing 2 MVPs in the Super Bowl. Just go read Richard Sherman's comments. Willie in Detroit, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, yeah, I'm on the side with Chris here. I think it's time to just tip your cap to Matt Stafford. And if you go back and look at Patrick Mahomes when he won the Super Bowl, Matt Stafford's numbers are like identical to Patrick Mahomes. He had 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, and the voters had no problem giving him an MVP, so why wouldn't they give Matt Stafford the MVP? And he led a game-winning drive. Patrick Mahomes' running game also had 129 yards. Stafford's had 43, and he lost 2 of his best targets.
Look, I'm with you. And I don't think he should have been MVP. I think they got it right. We'll get into that later. But I think he doesn't deserve to be ripped. I think he deserves to be given credit for what he did. He played a good game. He played a strong game.
And Rob Parker is crazy to think that Ryan Tannehill would have won that game yesterday.
Sure,
they would have lost by 20. They would have lost by 20.
You mean the quarterback that had the best? You mean the quarterback that lost his star wide receiver, running back for 10 weeks? No, I'm asking you. Who had the top seed in the AFC? Stop.
What does that matter? They went
but I'm talking about. Don't act like he can't perform. He didn't have his best player. He didn't have his best player. I'm talking about all year, not one game.
He blew the playoff game. They should have won that game.
He could have won that game. Any top 10, top 15 quarterback could have won that Super Bowl.
You don't know.
Dre in Michigan. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
What's up, fam?
What up, brother?
Yeah, I had to clean it up because Chris rat on me about my 70 lingo last week. But,
I like it, man. That's you. You do you. I like that. That makes you unique. Blood.
Look, I like. I'm with Rob on this, and only for the standpoint that it changes his narrative, but it doesn't change my opinion about Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford is still a slightly above average quarterback.
That's what I think he is.
And people like to bring up all his game-winning touchdowns or drives and all that stuff. But Rob can attest to this. Back in Detroit, the reason why we were so behind so much was because of Stafford a lot. So you can't shoot me in the foot and just because you drive me to the hospital, be called a hero. It doesn't work like that because we wouldn't have been in them positions if it wasn't for Stafford. I think he did. Congrats, hats off to him and all that. But to me, he's still just a slightly above averages. I won't go 15, but I can go about 10 other quarterbacks that could have won with that squad.
Okay, that's a fair call.
Let's see him do it. All I know is we didn't see him do it. Ryan Tannehill, last time we saw him, he threw 3 interceptions and cost him a game in which the opponent was sacked 9 times. So, the Stafford just did it. We can theorize and this and that. But
so we should never theorize about anything, right?
No, you go ahead and theorize, but I'm going to call it what it is. It's theory. It's not fact.
Just ask. We just want to make sure.
Sure, you can. but I can also say,
I'm just asking for further notice about theorizing about what's going to happen if somebody's going to be Jordan-esque, and you can look into the future.
All I said,
and say
Rob,
that he's going to be the greatest quarterback ever.
That's theory that you're giving.
That's what I'm asking.
That's 12 quarterbacks could have done that. I'm just asking.
It's
what
the same.
What
it's
Matthew
the same
Stafford
thing.
did was
it's
a fact.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I'm projecting.
But I'm also projecting that any 10 quarterback, 15,
no, you're not.
could have won that game.
You're hating.
That's my opinion.
You're hating.
I gave him credit. That's all I have to do.
All your life.
I have to do. I don't have to do anything else. Chris, you give him credit.
Just like you keep
You have your forum. You give him credit.
After 7
You give him
Super
credit.
Bowls.
I gave him all. I said, congratulations, he won. It ain't changed my point of view. Yes.
That's credit.
It ain't changed my point of view
won.
of him. It just
now
didn't.
let me tell you why
I saw
you were
the same
bad.
picks that I normally seen about Stafford.
Yeah,
and he won the game at the end. He won the game at the end.
John Elway.
He played 13 years in the NFL. His peers never even voted him for an All-Pro, and they're going to sit here and make it like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Stop it.
Who's saying that? Who's saying he's the greatest?
A lot. Dan Orlovsky, are you watching? Have you watched?
I'm sorry,
Have
but
you watched?
maybe
Dan Orlovsky's just a friend.
Maybe your alarm clock.
Friend.
Maybe your phone rings every time Dan Orlovsky says something. Mine
doesn't. I
keep
track of what's going on in the business. I hate to break it to you.
We all do, but Dan Orlovsky.
So I've heard Dan Orlovsky.
Oh wow. Yes. Okay. Wow. So that's it. That's the final word. Dan Orlovsky.
No, you said who, and I gave you a name. That's what you asked me.
My goodness.